Attorney, sabi kasi nung nag-interview sa yung Bastos, tawag dito, hindi daw kaya ng korte natin. Sabi ng DOJ,
that's a
kaya
very
pumasok daw
dangerous-
tong yung ICC.
Pero bakit pag si Bong Revilla kaya nila? Bakit kapag sila Pangulo, sila Enrile dati, kaya nila? Di ba? Sila Jinggoy, kinasuhan nila.
That's
Bakit yun
dangerous,
kaya
ha?
nila?
Yung hindi kaya daw?
Oo, yes. It is a proclamation based on nothing.
Sa pinakamagaling to na na dean ng law school ng JMC o Maria College, di ba? Oo, si attorney Israelito Torion, ang legal counsel ni Senator Bato de la Rosa, at syempre, ang gwapong-gwapo.
Kamukha ko.
Kamukha mo.
Kaboses pa.
Parang maraming magagalit niyan. At kaboses, ha? O si Attorney Jimmy Bondoc, legal counsel din ni Senator Ronald Bato de la Rosa, para sagutin ang lahat ng mga malulupit, may init na mga usaping pang bansa, at syempre, yung mainit na usapin tungkol sa mga nagkalat na kaliwat ka ng mga statement ng mga sinasabi nilang legal luminaries, mga abogado. Kasi sa ngayon, maraming nagsasalita. May mga abogado nagsasalita, tama ito. Tapos dito naman sa kabila, ito naman ang tama. So hindi natin maintindihan. Ngayon, lilinawin natin yan. Banat Bay.
Yun, so ngayon pa lang, pag-usapan na natin. Una-una sa lahat, yung pabati muna natin ang ating mga guest. Attorney Torion.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang gabi po sa ating lahat. Ito po si Attorney Israelito Bobet Torion. I do hope we will have an interesting conversation tonight. And sana okay lang kayo dyan.
Siyempre, Attorney Jimmy.
Magandang gabi po, si Attorney Jimmy Bondoc po, and together with my partner, Attorney Bobet, sana po makapagbigay kami ng konting liwanag. Hindi lang po dun sa mga legal issues, pero pati na rin po sa mga chismis.
pero wag ka mag-alala, Attorney Jimmy. Hindi kami bastos na nagmamagaling na mga nag-interview.
Praise God, praise God.
Kaya ano?
Ito lang ang bastos sa amin. Mukha pa lang bastos na eh.
Ba, no? O dito kasi sa Vox Populi, yung boses ng taong bayan, yung mga iniimbita natin dito, hindi naman, magkakaiba ng opinion, iba ng opinion sa mga banateros, pero binibigyan natin sila ng respeto dahil sila ay tao na inimbitahan natin at sila naman ay tao na nagpunta rito para sagutin lahat ng mga katanungan natin. Hindi man na magkakaparehas ng opinion, pero kailangan may respetuhan pa rin, di ba? At saka isang gusto kong tanungin dito sa dalawang nasa tabi natin, yung ating mga kakapanayamin, Banat Bay. Kasi lagi ko sila nakikita sa mga interviews, kaliwat kanan eh. Natutulog pa ba't nagpapahinga? Nakikita pa ba ng mga ito yung mga pamilya nila? Attorney, how do you manage your time?
Well, that's a very nice question because yun nga, nagtuturo tayo at meron tayong pamilya, may mga anak tayo na maliliit pa who demands time likewise. I'm just blessed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I have an understanding wife. At pinapatiktok-tiktok pa niya ako, pinasayaw-sayaw. Alam ko yung mga iba nating
Pwede bang
mga...
sample ngayon?
Oo. Alam ko yung ibang mga elder lawyers natin have commented that si Attorney Torion dapat hindi maganon kasi parang pinapakita niya na parang wala lang yung mga issues sa kanya, yung na dinadala niya sa Korte Suprema, yung mga kaso niya. But I do hope that they will understand that each one of us is unique. And each one of us is accorded certain gifts from the Lord Almighty, and each one of us is given the freedom as to how we can deal with stress, no? Yun ang nakita ng aking pinakamagandang misis na paraan para naman mag-relax daw ako at na-enjoy naman ako. Sana po maintindihan ninyo. That's just my individuality, and each one of us is accorded that freedom to express our individuality. I hope you respect it.
May tinatanong ka kanina kay Attorney Jimmy, kung nagsisisi na ba siya? Itanong mo ngayon.
Hindi kasi kilala natin si Attorney Jimmy na singer. So ngayon ba, kamusta na? At hindi ka ba nagsisisi na pinasok mo ang pagiging abogado at sa politika na rin?
Ako syempre, I try to live a life without regret. Kasi lahat naman ng pinasok ko, pinili ko. Ang tawag ng asawa ko dyan, GMY. Sabi ko niya, ginusto mo yan eh. Yan yung GMY pala, mas bata yung asawa ko. That said, syempre nakakapagod din and kuminsan I miss the freedom of youth. Pero alam mo, sabi nga sa isang tula, sometimes you have to gracefully surrender the things of youth. So, okay din to because I feel like I'm serving a higher purpose. Siguro pag sa 2 taon, wala pa yung higher purpose na yun, ayaw ko na talaga.
Pero alam nyo maganda rin yung yung ganyan yung sa kanila, yung busy. Ibig sabihin may kaso. Kumukuha.
Hindi ka tulad ng yung mga abogado,
nasa television lang. Delikado yon. Yung kasama nito. Walang kaso. Pero ngayon may kaso na siya.
Meron na.
36 ang kaso niya.
Hindi siya ang hindi siya.
Alam nyo ba,
Hindi siya inaakusahan.
Sir Bay? Kagabi nga, yung after nung we received
Nag-press con
the,
tayo.
nag-press con. Tapos pagkahapon, may trial tayo dun sa Quezon City. Pagkatapos nun, we received, disheartening news na 951.
At that
Pero
time.
it turned out na 96 pala yun, yung disheartened kami. Pero we had to work still and we had to go to Laguna, ha? Naabutan kami ng mga alauna ng umaga doon, partner, di ba? Kasi kaso din.
May
kaso.
nakakulong na kliyente namin.
Nakakulong na kliyente and we had to visit Laguna. Enjoy naman ito doon.
Hindi, bagay naman sila eh. Si Atty. Torion sumasayaw. Siya kumakanta. So pag pinagsama mo yun,
Song and dance.
Yan, ha?
singing dance na yun.
Oo, pero magaling yung doktor ni ni Attorney Torion, ha?
oo.
Kasi alagang-alaga pa rin siya kahit puyat, ha? Sino ba yung mo? Sino ba
Alam mo, classmate kami. Nagkita pa nga kami, Doc Baker eh. Okay, tingnan mo ako, lumiit ako. Malaki sana ito. Maliit na ngayon. Kasi classmate kami ni Doc Baker. Baker Slim Boss. I would recommend you enroll
Dapat
also.
sa pagbawal na announce yan dito, dalawa lang ay na-sponsor. Hindi, eto, punta na tayo sa mainit na issue.
Oo.
Yung latest na TRO. Pakipaliwanag sa amin ano ang talagang in layman's term ng ibig sabihin ng tong TRO na to. Ibig po bang sabihin na to, talo na ang kampo ni Bato?
Hindi po. Linawin natin yan ha. Ang TRO is a provisional remedy. There is a final remedy that we are praying. There is likewise a provisional remedy. So ito provisional lamang habang dinidiscuss pa yung merits ng kaso. Gusto lang namin na para hindi po ma-disturb yung factual situation while the case is being deliberated by the Supreme Court, mag-issue sana ng TRO. Pero may mga elemento kasi yan siya, Sir Banat. Meron clear and unmistakable right, material invasion of such right, and then there is grave and irreparable injury that will beset the plaintiff if the writ or if the TRO will not be granted, and that there is clear and absolute necessity, clear and urgent necessity
To prevent
the damage. So, yun ang four elements. Sa aming palagay, baka I can only speculate kasi on Monday pa makita namin yung decision. So
Order.
siguro, yung order rather, siguro may elemento lang siguro kami na hindi na comply. And we would not want to speculate until and after makita namin yung order mismo, which will be issued on Monday.
So wala pa yung order. So ano yung lumabas?
Hindi pa, yung ano pa lang,
Press
primer.
briefer. Press briefer.
Pero is it
briefer.
normal yung press briefer?
Ganyan na ngayon ang ginawa ng Korte Suprema. So that the parties will be guided and then later on the written order or decision will be issued by the Supreme Court. Ganyan na po.
Pero ibig po bang sabihin nun parang hindi nakita ng korte yung urgency na kaya tinanggihan yung TRO?
Pwede lang, pwede. Pwede. Pero hindi nga namin pa nakikita yung order. So hindi natin alam kung ano yung grounds on the used for the denial of the grant of the TRO.
But I would like to emphasize clearly that this is not decision on the merits. Hindi pa kami talo. Meron pa pong main decision yung Korte Suprema. Meron pa rin kaming karapatan na mag-file ng motion for reconsideration.
Kumbaga sa basketball, parang na-traveling ka lang.
Parang
hindi
ganon.
pa tapos yung laban.
Hindi pa tapos ang laban. Oo. Kasi kung 9-6, maski dalawa lang ang ma-convince sa aming argumento, magiging 8-7. O baka manalo na naman kami.
Yan yung-
It's a possibility and I hope and pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that such will happen.
So yan yung i-reco nyo, di ba?
Yes po.
Pero meron ding mainit na issue na lumalabas ngayon na bakit hindi na lang daw habeas corpus ang inyong sinampa instead of the TRO?
Well, simple. In a, what you call this, petition for habeas corpus, no? Iklaro ko lang kasi may mga kaibigan din tayo, no? Na ginagalang natin, elders in the profession. In a petition for habeas corpus, there is a person who is deprived of his liberty against his will.
Yes.
So, you file this petition in court, you produce the body. Yun yung ang meaning yan. Ang sa amin kasing palagay, I hope our elders in the profession would understand. Simple question. Who will be the illegal custodian? Who deprived him of his liberty? Isn't it a fact that it was Senator Bato himself who went to the Senate? Alam nga naman gawain naming respondent doon, yung Senado. Hindi naman po pwede na i-respondent namin yung NBI. Ang NBI nga yung gustong pumasok. Kung i-file namin yun, it will be given, no? It will be treated by the NBI as a license. Oh, nag-file kayo ng petition for habeas corpus and ginawa nyo kaming respondent. I have the obligation now to arrest you so that we can present you in court. Kasi ang illegal custodian will be ordered by the court to present the body in court. Para kaming nagkukuha ng bato, ipatok sa aming ulo at bigyan ng lisensya yung NBI na dakpin siya para ma-present siya sa korte.
Pero Atty. Torion, ito muna, bago tayo pumunta doon sa part na yun. Hindi ba ibig sabihin nung tao na nagsabing habeas corpus na yun is pinipigilan siyang lumabas? So,
Deprivation of liberty nga.
yun, oo.
Hindi rin kasi it has always been the stand of the Senate that he is always free to leave because there is no local warrant of arrest. And that he is free since there is no local warrant of arrest that has been issued. So he can enjoy his Bill of Rights. The foreign warrant of arrest has not been validated here in court. There is no judge which issued a local court. So he's a free man. That is the stand of the Senate. So therefore, technically, when he was in the Senate, from the point of view of the Senate, at least the majority thereof, there is no deprivation of liberty. Pwede pa siguro petition for issuance of writ of amparo. Pero that's another
Teka,
matter.
mahabang usapan yan. No?
So, ibig sabihin, pag kayo ng habeas, ibig sabihin, kailangan ipresenta nung
Nung illegal
pumipigil?
custodian. Oo, yun. Na sa korte. Paano natin sinong i-respondent ko? Ang Senado.
Isingit ko lang to. Ang ibig sabihin kasi po ng habeas corpus is show me the body. Latin yan for show me the body. May apat na elemento yan, kailangan nating pag-usapan. Merong deprivation of liberty, sinabi niya na. Illegal yung deprivation ng liberty. Entitled to relief, yung dinideprive ng liberty. At fourth, ito yung pinaka-importante, yung respondent has custody of the person deprived of liberty. Sabihin mo nang meron yung tatlo na yan, assuming arguendo. Sino po ang may custody kay Bato? Okay, to answer your point, may interesting kang point na sinabi kanina na yung mga tao sa labas, kunyari NBI o police, na pinipigilan siyang lumabas, yun ang nagde-deprive ng liberty. My question to our respected friends, does that constitute custody? Ang tingin ba ng korte doon, kung meron mang mga tao pumipigil sa labas, is that considered custody? Parang hindi. It's more of a threat of enforced disappearance. Mas doon ako. Parang may nagte-threaten kay Bato na baka mawala na lang siyang bigla. At yung threat of enforced disappearance, yan po ang nagfo-fall under writ of amparo. Which is why that is more, in my opinion, more of a possibility kesa po sa habeas
Pero
corpus.
sa habeas ba, hindi ba pwedeng utusan ng korte ang NBI? Pagkahuli nyo, ibigay nyo sa amin.
Yun
Pakita
nga.
nyo.
Yun nga, pero meron bang isa sa inyo na gusto yun?
Which is delikado yun.
Delikado yun kasi magiging
Naka-PRD.
lisensya na yun ng NBI o nag-file kayo ng habeas corpus I am required to produce the body in court. So therefore, you should not prevent me from arresting him, from getting him in person so I can present him in court.
Di ba nga ang argument namin is that the ICC warrant is not enough as of a legal basis para po dakipin si Bato. Yun nga yung sinasabi natin. Pag nag-habeas corpus kami, baka i-construe yan ng court na, yan, meron na kaming basis to have custody of Bato.
So, contradicting yun doon sa pinaka-main na i-final ninyo.
Sa aming pananaw.
Of course, meron silang kanilang pananaw. Mas matanda sila sa atin Ang medyo ayaw ko lang, klaruhin ko lang, yung pati kliyente ko sinasabihan na yung abogado ay mali. Siguro naman, at least konting respeto lang.
Okay lang yun, brother.
Yun lang, konting
Sanay
Ano ba
respeto.
dapat attorney ginawa doon? Tinawagan ka muna?
Hindi naman. I-discuss siguro namin muna professionally. And if he has certain... Ako naman nakikinig ako especially to my elder profession. But just because I am respectful does not mean that I am a wimp. So I would like also to send a message to my elders that if you feel that you have differences with my opinions, you tell me. And let us discuss it. Do not announce it to third persons that I am wrong. Tell it to me and in a very polite manner because I respect you and I expect the same respect.
And decide, kayo pinagkatiwalaan ni Bato.
Pero allow me to put a parang middle ground argument here. Totoong-totoo na si Atty. Torion has been so respectful at ang haba po ng pasensya. Gusto kong i-stretch yung aking utak. Unawain kung bakit sila naggaganyan. No? Feeling ko yung passion talaga nila for Bato, yung fear nila na mawala si Bato, siguro nati-take over na rin sila ng emotions nila. Ang request namin syempre is siguro more communication with us rather than communication with third persons. Rest assured, we listen to them. We revere them. No, so, we do not claim to be better. It's just that right now, ito po ay bigay ng sa amin po lumapit itong tao na ito at that's God's will.
Hindi kaya dahil dito sa pag-deny ng TRO, kaya ngayon, siguro, tama yung sinabi mo, frustration na kay Bato, syempre, na nagtatago ngayon si Bato, ganyan-ganyan, at ngayon, naglabas na ng manhunt operation dito. Maybe siguro isa yun sa mga frustration.
Yes, but
Kasi-
this is my point, no? The worst thing that we can do as allies of Bato is to turn against each other, to turn on each other. Kasi nga po, iisa po yung purpose nating lahat, bukas naman ang linya natin sa isa't isa, at alam naman natin na ang lahat po ng makinarya ng gobyerno, I will bravely say this, alam naman natin lahat ng makinarya ng gobyerno, armamento ay nakatutok sa mga Duterte.
Posible pang magamit siya ng kabilang kampo eh, di ba?
Correct. So, divide and rule, divide and conquer should not work on us. So, I think communication in any kind of relationship from personal to professional should be valued.
Ito lang how I respect my elders. No? Right after we received the comment of the Solicitor General, in our humble law firm, kasi we have a system. I have adopted that system a long time ago. If we handle cases, I give it to my most trusted lawyer, Attorney Resi Rizada, and we have a system already. I give out the what is my view on the matter, how it should be presented, okay, and then I give an outline, and then I communicate it to my assistant dean, my resident manager in the office. And then, meron akong mga lawyers na, let's say, dito, 8. So, yung mga sub-arguments, iba-ibang lawyers yan. But there is a need to harmonize everything. And then, that's where Resi would come in, Jimmy would come in, and finally, me. Okay? So, if there are comments, right after that, 3 o'clock in the morning, meron na kaming comment. Bakit ganun kabilis? Kasi meron kaming sistema. Pero instead of submitting it right away, I sent it to our elder lawyers. Give us your comments. Ang sabi ng isang elder lawyer, ang haba naman, 156 pages. Grabe. Boss, basahin mo muna. Para makita namin yung specific na mga comments ninyo. So we can also see na kung saan kami nagkamali. We need your comments. Basta liitan ninyo yan bago ko basahin. So niliitan namin. 112 pages. Tapos, grabe, mahaba pa rin ko, boss. I could no longer, I feel na after reviewing it, ito na. Sige, naghintay kami ng komento. Wala. Pero sinambit ko na, naging 117. And that, not only one elder lawyer, other elder lawyers also, I give out my, because I need their comments. I do not claim to be ultra highly intelligent. I'm also a human being with my own limitations, and I respect their opinions on the matter. But please, treat me also as a human being entitled to respect, because we are all professionals here. And as a matter of fact, meron din kaming iniingatan din ng dignidad. Kaya nga sinasabi ko palagi, I am respectful, but I am also a Muslim. I may be patient, pero dahan-dahan din.
Pero
Ganun lang.
siguro pandagdag, partner, no? Sana po malaman din nila na pati po sila, ang mga pinapayo nila sa amin, iba-iba. No, so baka po akala nila, it's them against us. Hindi po. Kuminsan, pati yung payo ni A sa amin ay iba kay
Magkaiba.
B, iba kay C. So it really puts us in a very difficult situation. And siguro as they are very experienced people, not just lawyers, siguro naman maintindihan nila that we cannot take everything that they say hook, line, and sinker. That said, we respect them and we await their kind counsel.
Let's move on to that, yung issue ng pinastop yung TRO at now, ito na yung manhunt. Do you think...
Labeled as fugitive na
labeled as fugitive. Do you think nasa tama ba yung timing o hindi pa dapat inantay muna nila yung Monday bago nila inisyu to? At bakit kaya sila nagmamadali?
Actually, blessing in disguise yan, boss. And bakit blessing in disguise yan? It shows now and it proves the government's double-speak policy, which is akin to perfidy in international law. No? What is perfidy? Well, the concept of perfidy presents only in a war situation. Kunyari, kalaban ka. Pero I am applying it by analogy. Kunyari, sa kalaban, gera kayo, naggaganyan ka ng white flag, gusto mo makipag-usap. Yan ang mga peace talk mo. Ayan din ang ginagawa nila noon. We have no intention to arrest him. We will only arrest him if he will go out of the country. So, they made the people believe that such really is the policy. Right? But, what they are doing actually, ang NBI nandun na, morning pa lang nandun na, okay? Iba yung sinasabi, iba yung gustong gawain. What is that? Double-speak policy. Now, naglabas lang ng TRO, wala pang ang order, lumabas na ang totoong kilay nila. Oo. Hindi kulay, kilay. Oo. Kasi yung kilay nila pala talaga, ito na. Dakpin talaga nila si Senator Bato without going through the local courts. Ito, iba kasi ang aming, I do hope the people will understand that we are an independent country. We have our own sovereignty. And as such, we have our own 1987 Constitution. Ano na natin yung jurisdiction, kasi principal argument namin, wala nang jurisdiction yung ICC. But granting for the sake of argument na may jurisdiction yan, recognition of a warrant of arrest, foreign warrant of arrest, is different from enforcement of a warrant of arrest. When you enforce a warrant of arrest, coming off from a foreign country, you could not treat it as self-executing kasi may batas din tayo. Okay? You have to pass through the local courts because under Article 59, okay, hindi namin na-accept yung Rome Statute, under Section 1, in accordance with national law, ang pagdakip ng cooperation mechanism ng ICC. So, hindi po pwede, nagdakpin mo lang siya parang manok. Yan ang ginasasabi mo. At ginasabi ko always, at dalahin mo doon sa Netherlands without passing through our local courts. Kaya nga, sinasabi namin, sabi nila, may due process. Anong due process? Don't they know that the ICC follows the inquisitorial method of investigation? What is that? Secret. How can we know ano yung kinakaso sa amin? Secret nga. Bato has never been accorded due process. It will only be the very first time here in our country that he will be accorded due process. Kaya nga, kailangan na dumaan sa ating korte.
Partner, linawin lang natin yun yung inquisitorial
At accusatorial.
saka accusatorial. Kasi tinuturo po sa law school yan. Ang sistema natin, accusatorial. I accuse you, sumagot ka, magtalo tayo sa piskal, pagpalagay ko may probable cause, kasuhan kita. That's accusatorial. Yun ang demokrasya natin. Ang inquisitorial, sikreto, one way, parang ex parte, no?
Ex parte.
Ex parte, no? Na mag-imbestiga sila, which is what they did. They admitted na secret yung proceedings nila. Sa kanila legal yun. Sa atin hindi. So if they say na we afforded Bato due process kasi nag-imbestiga kami, iba po yung meaning ng imbestiga sa kanila kasi one way. Dito two way.
Pero ang binabangga kasi nila doon sa Article 59 ng Rome Statute, yung R8 9851 sa Section 17. Kasi bakit doon natin sinusunod yung Rome Statute, wala na nga tayo doon. So, ito sa 9851 ng RA is sa Section 17, pwede isuko nandun.
Hindi. Ganito kasi yan, sir. Trinace namin yan when RA 9851 was passed in Congress in 2009. And we found out that in February and in March of 2009, there was a deliberation. Marami yung iba-ibang senador, but let's fast track. During the deliberation of Senator Ligarda as well as Senator Gordon, there was a question, how would we implement surrender mechanism? Would RA 9851 be enough? According to Senator Gordon, no, that's not enough. Okay? There has to be a law that would provide more teeth to the provisions of surrender. So meaning, it is not self-executing. And I will prove you why. Because Sections 17 states of two mechanisms. Surrender or extradition. Extradition, we have a law, PD 1069. As to how law is not enough, there must be rules of procedure. There is a rule of procedure promulgated by the Supreme Court. Alam natin kung saan i-file. RTC. Alam natin kung sino ang mag-file, DFA through DOJ. Alam natin yan. That is provided in a rules. Sa surrender, meron ba? Wala. Wala. Why? Because we did not, according to the deliberations in the Senate, we did not copy Part 9 of the Rome Statute, which is the cooperation mechanisms. So therefore, the cooperation mechanisms of surrender under the Rome Statute, hindi natin kinopya. It is up for us to provide the procedural mechanism, pero hindi natin ginawa. All constitutional democracies, be it Italy, United Kingdom, France, Belgium, all provided their own procedural mechanism as to how to implement surrender. We are the only most unique country which would allow our own national to be surrendered right away without going through courts. We should, their jurisprudence, we have. In Italy, for instance, El Masri, the El Masri Nassim case, he was a Libyan in 2002, arrested via an ICC warrant. What did Italy do? Even if he was a Libyan, Italy entertained his petition, deliberated upon it, and it was found out that his rights were not respected. He was released, but eventually deported to Libya. Ivory Coast, dalawa lang ha, because there are 21 other cases. Dalawa lang, Ivory Coast, the Simon Gbagbo case. Also, there was a foreign warrant of arrest. What did Ivory Coast? They insisted, the Ivory Coast courts gave him his day in court and decided, we will not surrender it to the ICC. Did ICC protest? No. Because in their own rules of procedure, in their own statute, they will respect the national choice.
Pero there's an counter-argument of a lawyer. Sabi niya, yung surrender is already the procedure. Kasi wala na daw parang, kaya nakalagay naman na daw dun, surrender. So definitely surrender.
Ito, kasaysayan na lang, kasaysayan. Madalas po, di ba, may treaty, may tratado sa global community. Yung parang nagkakasundo sila na, ayaw na natin sa war crimes, ha? Parang ganyan, no? And then, yung mga bansa, after, gagawa ng batas para isakatuparan yung gusto ng treaty. Okay, yun po yung karaniwan. Baliktad ang nangyari dito, ha? Ang nangyari dito, nung 2010, nauna yung 9851. Wala pa tayo sa treaty, hindi pa natin na-ratify. Pero aware na sila sa treaty. So, ibig sabihin, ginawa yung 9851 independently sa Rome Statute. Ginawa, bakit ginawa? Kasi gusto ng Kongreso at Senado, ng Congress as a whole noon, na gawing krimen ang crimes against humanity, war crimes, aggression, genocide. No? So, naging crime na siya dito. Bakit? Kasi dati hindi. Ngayon, krimen na siya dito siya lilitisin. Okay, yung sinasabi ni Atty. Torion. Naglagay ba tayo doon ng surrender mechanism to the ICC? Sabi nga nila, Senator Gordon, hindi nga. Unang-una, wala pa tayo doon sa treaty. Nung time na yun. Ba't tayo gagawa ng surrender mechanism to a treaty na hindi pa natin niraratifika? Yun po yung pinaka-basic po. Sana po nakukuha ninyo yung explanation. That the sequence matters. No? Bakit nila sasabihin na pwede na yung surrender to the ICC? Hindi pa nga kami ICC noon.
Sino may kasalanan at bakit wala pa yung procedural mechanism?
No, hindi siya kasalanan eh. I think it is clear legislative intent na dito litisin. Meron pong clear legislative intent. Sino ba ang may gusto ngayon na ibato si Bato sa ICC?
Yung nagbabato.
Hindi naman pero hindi naman yung legislature, at least that's not what their laws say. Their laws do not say that. It's the executive na gusto ibato si Bato.
As a matter of fact, sir, if they just read the transcript of the minutes of the meeting,
Parang awa nyo na.
RA 9851 was enacted to fortify, strengthen our criminal laws such that any violation of crimes against humanity, war crimes, genocide can be tried here. That is the purpose of that law.
O isang basic ha, meron yung sinasabi namin na sa mga criminal law books, criminal law 1, yung nulum crimen, nulla
Nulla
pena sine lege. Ang ibig sabihin nun, there is no crime if there is no law criminalizing it. Ibig sabihin, banat by, kaya ka lang makukulong pag may pinatay ka. Kasi nakalagay sa RPC na bawal ang murder tsaka homicide. Kung wala yon, hindi ka pwede ikulong. Kahit masama pa yan sa religion mo o whatever, there has to be a law that criminalizes it. At dati, ang genocide, ang crimes against humanity, etc., yung 4 na core crimes na ICC, hindi krimen dito. Ginawa ang krimen dito.
Doon sa
Sa
1951.
1951.
Para i-trial dito.
Para i-try dito.
Yan ang purpose ng RA 1951.
Kaya walang surrender doon. Kasi, ang nakalagay doon, dito.
Tsaka, okay, sabi nila, surrender. Okay. Pag magdakip ka kasi ng tao, constitutionally, daan talaga yan sa korte. Because you are depriving liberty. Hindi po pwede na ang executive department lang ang mag-determine. Dictatorship yan, dictatorship yan. The Bill of Rights was specifically enshrined, no, in order to protect us from government excesses. Kaya nga sinasabi ko, between a leviathan of governmental power and the individual lies a shield, and that shield is the Bill of Rights. And what is my further basis? Treaty law. If you look at the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 9 thereof, in cases of arrest, we are a signatory to that in 1986. And we have to follow that. In cases of arrest in whatever jurisdiction, that person arrested has to have a judicial recourse. Not only that, Articles 8 and 9 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, of which we are likewise a party, mandates judicial recourse also. So our basis is not only the Rome Statute. We do not even recognize it. Our basis is the Constitution, treaty law, customary international law. Kaya nga, sa aking palagay, kung maging open lang yung mind natin at mangyayari yan sa kanila. O, yung nagsabi na the law does not distinguish. Judge daw, any judge, it contemplates a foreign judge. O, tingnan natin kung may Chinese warrant of arrest. Tapos, ikihas siya, especially yung tao na what you call this, demean kay yung leader. Yung nag-drawing ng karton. Okay. Ipa-trial natin yan. Pa-issuehan natin ang warrant of arrest doon sa China. Tapos i-implement natin dito. Sabi ninyo probable cause can be determined by any judge. I-implement dito. Tingnan natin kung papayag ba sila. That cannot happen simply because of the fact that when you involve deprivation of liberty, that constitutionally belongs to the judiciary, and judiciary, in accordance with Ho versus People, the determination of probable cause for purposes of warrant of arrest can only be determined personally by the judge, and that power is non-delegable. Hindi pwede matransfer yan maski sino. That is likewise the case of Salazar versus Achacoso. So we likewise have jurisprudence on our side. Constitution, jurisprudence, treaty law, customary international law.
Pero itong, kasi ang medyo nagiging problema ngayon, yung batas na ginawa ng legislative branch, ini-execute ng executive branch
Yun.
na medyo sumasablay. I know, hindi ko sure kung kaya nyo sagutin to, but do you think it's about time for the Supreme Court to come in and say, this is how to interpret that law?
With utmost due respect, I refuse to do that because I am an officer of the court.
Siguro ito na lang.
Yes, sir.
You are confident na sa Monday, mag-decide ang korte in your favor.
Hindi pa. Kasi they already decided 9-6. What we are just awaiting
TRO
is
yun,
sa TRO pa lang yun. What we are awaiting on Monday would just be the written order na. So written order, we would know already the details,
Written order ng TRO
Oh
is
yes,
what he
written
means.
order on the TRO issue. Yung hindi pa ito main case yung sa provisional remedy pa lang. So makikita na namin, ma-study na namin ni Jimmy, mga associates ko, yung mga rason bakit na-deny yung aming TRO.
Pero malaki pala problema natin sa bansa, no? Paano kung
Malaki.
gago talaga yung executive? Sorry pero... basta, paano kung talagang gago yung executive na magpapatupad ng batas?
Yan. Sige, let's discuss that. Kasi po, yung sinasabi ni Atty. Bobet kanina, across all constitutional democracies, ni isang bansa, wala po yung executive matik pwedeng
Matic.
magpa-huli
I like the word.
na matik
Executive
lang.
matic. Oh.
No? Walang ganon. Kasi kahit gaano ka makapangyarihan, basta constitutional demokrasya, we're not talking about the other forms of government, ha? Sa demokrasya, dadaan pa rin. Kahit si Trump ka pa na ganun kalakas, idaan mo sa korte yan. What the administration and its supporters are proposing now is a very dangerous idea, which is, bibigyan ng kapangyarihan ang executive magpatapon ng kahit sino, hindi dadaan sa judicial review. Can you imagine the consequences? And look at the absurdity. Kapag ikaw, Banat Bay, may kinasuhan ka dito, may gusto kang padampot, o kaya kahit gobyerno may gustong padampot, based on a local charge, kunyari drugs, dadaan pa sa piskal yan, di ba? May preliminary investigation, di ba? May sagutan, ifa-file sa korte, titingnan ng korte kung may second probable cause, kasi yung una sa piskal, kung may probable cause dito, under yan. Tama? Basta, mahabang proseso yan. Ang haba, di ba? Hindi ko nga ma-explain dahil masyadong maiksi ang oras natin. Pero kapag sa ICC, walang ganun. Can you imagine the absurdity of that na di ko type yung mukha nito crimes against humanity ko kaya yung pagmumukha nito.
Attorney, sabi kasi nung nag-interview sa yung Bastos, tawag dito, hindi daw kaya ng korte natin. Sabi ng DOJ,
yeah, that's a
kaya
very
pumasok daw
dangerous-
tong yung ICC.
Pero bakit pag si Bong Revilla kaya nila? Bakit kapag sila Pangulo, sila Enrile dati, kaya nila? Di ba? Sila Jinggoy, kinasuhan nila.
That's
Bakit yun
dangerous,
kaya
ha?
nila?
Yung hindi kaya daw.
Oo, yes. It is a proclamation based on nothing.
Ako rin, may na-answer na ako na, you are underestimating the intellectual capacities of Filipinos. Filipinos are known to be highly intelligent in whatever jurisdiction that they may be placed in. And as a matter of fact, when you place a Filipino abroad, they tend to shine. And their brightness is such that everyone can notice the same. So I don't think that we cannot do it. If we have the political will to do it, we can do it. It's only that our administration now has a different political will. And sad to say, maybe the political will is to extend its term and perhaps continue their reign in power. I may be mistaken, but that's how I feel.
Pero, attorney, ang akin kasi, ang iniinsulto nila, hindi lamang yung Pilipino as a whole. Para sa akin po, Supreme Court ang iniinsulto nila doon, I don't know why wala pang sumisita doon, no? Kasi para na rin nilang sinabi na kayo sa Supreme Court, hindi nyo kaya to. That is completely untrue, una sa lahat, and it is also completely disrespectful. Lalo na, at ito, tinatrabaho nga nila, nagpapailang OSG ng comment, umagana naman, di ba? Nagbabalikan tayo ng sagot. O bakit hindi gagana?